Give me 1 sec. Alright, hey everyone. It is... Why is that thing stuck? A little late getting organized here, but nonetheless, I guess we'll get warmed up on the first leg snapper. I always leg snapper. Slapper. Does slap the legs quite a bit. Anyway, so today we got a little something different. I'm not going to do the double race because it's the same. It's like the Innsbruck ring and then the sorry, let me get organized. Let me just open it up a bit. I'll talk in 1 sec. Hey Dean, yeah, pretty good. Hope everything's well with you. Hey Dean, yeah, pretty good. Got a really short warm up today, so it's gonna be quite painful, I think, to start. But yeah, so we have something a little bit different today. We're not doing the double because it's on the London Classic course, and though the Thursdays are all kind of built around increasing that big kind of anaerobic power and sprint, the last one on the Classic course, I didn't really find it that great of a race. It was kind of like 20 minutes of nothing for 10 seconds of work. And so I'm going to switch it up a little bit to get a little bit more out of myself. Let me just do that. So today, I'm going to do the Innsbruck ring here against the same field, so very competitive field at this race always. The guys go absolutely berserk on the leg snapper, like 10, 11 watts per kilo for most of the guys here. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so to get a little bit more, I'm going to do the Innsbruck race here. It's about a 20-minute long race. And if my legs can take it, I went on the Tuesday of this week, had a weightlifting session in the evening, and after last week, which was recovery week, I didn't really lift that much. It was kind of more working core and stuff. And so the Tuesday night's weightlifting session took just a ton out of me. Like my legs were really sore yesterday. And I did the 30-15s workout nonetheless, and it was quite sore from like intervals 1. Interval number 1 was painful, and it wasn't painful from like a aerobic standpoint at all. It was just more the legs were really sore, and yeah, so they're still sore doing this workout, so we're going to see how this goes here. Like, it's aerobically, it's perfectly fine, but they're just kind of ouch type pain, like just some good delayed muscle soreness. Anyways, so I don't know what the point of that was. Today we're doing Innsbruck ring. I'm going to try to go pretty darn hard on the hill, harder than like I would normally go, because today, like I said, it's a little bit different. We're going to do this race, and then I'm going to do a little, not all out, but a little bit of a time trial on the Tempest Fugit course. I was initially going to do it in this, there's a rate TT on it at 12, but I'm kind of confused about it. It says like hosted by USA Paracycling, and so I'm just a little bit confused, like am I allowed to enter this? I don't know, but nonetheless I want to do a little bit more sustained effort after this race. So what that'll accomplish essentially is I'll let me just set this up. Do this race, get like a good kind of lactic burn in the legs, deplete that W prime number as much as I can, and then quite soon after this race I'm going to create a meetup and then do it on that Tempest Fugit course, a little TT, where I'll talk about the power goals and stuff for that. It's not going to be like a full out effort or anything. It's just going to be like a solid, truly aerobic effort. Anyway, so race number 1, music's on. Let's get this going. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the ride on, Dean. Right back at ya. So this workout's kind of going to be like, I'm using the race really as like a true workout. So I found big benefits of doing that in the last few weeks, of doing kind of all-out anaerobic efforts into more aerobic, like with decent, pretty short recovery. Like, so you just don't give it time to recover. So I'm going to really try to deplete. W prime, basically, I throw this word around sometimes, is that old thing of someone saying like, you got matches to burn, right? Every time you put in a big effort or above threshold, you're burning some matches. And you have a limited supply of these matches. Now, they can recover over time when you ride below threshold, but how long it takes to get back to full capacity, that pop, is dependent on a number of things. How long you've been recovering and at what intensity you've been recovering for. And over time, we can do a number of things. It's kind of like a battery. We can increase the amount of charge that we hold, but then we can also increase the rate at which we can recover that. And there's a number of benefits to, in terms of what I'm doing, like that's what W prime is, depleting it and then going into aerobic effort. It's kind of like doing that, I think of it like kind of like doing the trainer road FTP test, I think it is, where you do like a 5-minute max effort and then you hit your FTP test. And the idea is you're trying to burn off, so to speak, that anaerobic contribution, so that FTP result in the end is like a true reflection of aerobic power. So you're not getting any, sometimes happens with FTP tests, little bursts on the beginning or bursts on the end, and that kind of inflates the number. FTP is supposed to be representation of aerobic power. You're riding at aerobic, like you're riding at your threshold. Gonna get dropped in a sec. Check out how low the heart rate is today. There we go. Alright, music back on. We're getting to the hill low too quickly. So this will be probably 550 is what it'll take. See what happens, because yesterday I did the first interval at 450 in the saddle, but it was very painful, and from there I was like, oh my god, this is going to be a brutal workout. So we'll see what happens today. Just I lifted a little bit too much on the Tuesday. Oh, it wasn't even too much. It was just I hadn't lifted in a week or so, a week and a half. We went up a little easier that time. Came out a little late at the super tuck there. A little too late. Should have been 1 or 2 seconds faster. That was better there. Used it well. Legs didn't feel too bad there. Still significant soreness, like my quads and calves, especially my calves. But we definitely didn't go up as hard that time. First time, or either that or I'm more fit, I don't know. Let's go with the more fit answer. Aerobically, we got to what, 186? I'm sipping tea at 186. Just going by quick. I think the first time we did this race, it was 23 minutes. So, we're already faster. With lower power for sure than the first time. I'm at 267 right now. Obviously normalized will be higher, but with that big chunk of red there. Now I think on this next one, I'm going to try to go a little bit earlier than the climb itself. And what I'll do with that then is basically extend how long the climb is, kind of superficially, or I don't know what the word is there, but so I'll go a little bit earlier. Not crazy early, just a little bit. There's a guy up front right now. Wow. Way off. Let him go. We'll get him on downhill. I wonder if I could bridge up to those guys. My front wheel's coming off again. Yeah, that was better. Oh, legs are cooked. I gotta do something about my front wheel. We pop out. Damn it. What are we on? Grease? It's like there's grease. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Terrible. I can't press power. I can't even sit straight on the bike when the wheel's doing that. I gotta weight it down or something. Jesus. Like, now we're fine, I guess. That was awful. Awful. I think, like, it was so bad. That was just so bad. It's embarrassing. I actually changed, like, it was just, that was just dumb. The gearing there was just absolutely dumb. Oh, I didn't want to do another one. That was awful. I actually changed 3 gears up before the sprint, and then as everyone's going, I'm fiddling, changing down. Just dumb racing. That was just absolutely stupid. 763. I could put more power in a little warm-up spin. Just stupid. Absolutely stupid. I changed up, just so dumb. So dumb. I changed up 3 gears before the sprint, thinking, oh, I'll be able to power through this. And then everyone's going and thinking, I'm already at 60 RPM. I should change down. So I changed down 2 gears, and everyone's already gone. And then my front wheel is just a disaster. I gotta put weights under it. It seems actually fine now. That's better. But before, it's impossible to put any power down when your front wheel is sideways. That was just so bad. Embarrassingly bad. Yikes. Embarrassingly bad. I think I was 10th. Just awful racing. The legs were not great. They were okay on the leg snapper. It's tough to say. The only reason I went early there is because like I said, I wasn't that confident in them. After the first one, that felt easy aerobically, but just the legs felt like garbage. Too much on Tuesday. But what was I saying? Nonetheless, the strategy worked somewhat. To stay away, but it's just dumb racing in the end. I should be able to hit 14 watts per kilo, and there I'm peaking at 12.5, sorry, maybe 12.6. It's just terrible, absolutely terrible, because the gearing was so bad. The front wheel was going all over. It was just bad on all fronts. I'm not gonna talk about it for the next half hour. It was just bad. Bad on all fronts. Legs not good. Bike not good. Strategy not good. Hence you don't even come in the top 10. Sometimes you can get away with one bad thing, but not that many. That was just bad. Anyways, let's get over to Watopia. Alright, so I'll continue the live stream here if you're interested. Here's what's going on next. Just forget about that race. Let's all forget about that race. Events. Create. Done. Done. I just have to invite somebody. He's not on, so I'll put you down. Okay. And I'm going to go 11:50, so 7 minutes. Create. Join. Whew. Terrible. Time to make up for it. Ay, ay, ay. So, like I said, today we're doing that. Hopefully that depleted kind of the anaerobic power a little bit. What's going on with these shorts? Falling apart. And now we're going to do kind of like a threshold, end up being a threshold effort. Let me just do something here. It out. Normalized power for a minute in that race up the leg snapper. That was shorter than a minute, but because I went from further out, it was 5:54. So it's over 9. It's not bad. Let's see what the peak sprint was. I think Training Peaks should have a thing that just says peak sprint pathetic. 750. What? How is it 750? So I don't think my thing translated over to Zwift that well. Like the data didn't go to Zwift. It says I hit 763 on my Garmin and 750 was the peak on Zwift. That could be the difference in a couple places. It's 13 watt difference. That's odd. That's really weird. Anyway, so that's bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. So we're gonna do, I don't know how long this is gonna take. Let me just change my bike. Garage. So we're going with the P5X, and we're gonna put 858 Super 9. Man, that looks awesome. Look at that. No socks, like a champ. I don't know why my guys wearing no socks today, but we're going triathlon mode. Alright, 2 minutes. So, game plan is we're going to build the power coming off of that. So we're going to start out, oh my god. It was a near miss. Almost broke my wheel. Fell on my wheel. So game plan is we're going to start out kind of sweet spot-ish. I'm not going to do it in time trial mode. And the reason is because I haven't been doing any work over the last month or so in TT mode, or like this on the trainer. Why does that feel weird? Yeah, I haven't done anything like in that position on the trainer in the last while. And interestingly enough, I went out on Monday night and did a couple out and backs on stretcher road in time trial position, and felt perfectly fine in the position, and felt perfectly fine pushing power in the position. A lot of that has to do with my seat that I got, I think. It's much more comfortable than the old ISM. And so, I think it's like working on just the pure power is paying off to the point that I maybe can get away with not having to do that on the trainer so much. I do it when I'm going easy. just to get kind of the muscles working, but I still do find it very uncomfortable holding for a really long time on the trainer in time trial position. And I mean, I had no problem, like I said, putting out power in it outside on Monday. Good, so we're going to build the power. We're going to start out probably 335, something in that range. And then every 6K, because it's an 18K loop, we'll build it up by about 10 watts. So far, so good. Now pick it up just a little bit. Turn around. Yeah. Oh. I'm overheating so much. I thought that's the finish line. Isn't that a finish line? I thought that was the finish line. Oh, there it is. Oh, I lost a watt there. It's okay, I just got back. 3:46 on my watch. Legs are tired. I gotta bring 6 more fans down here. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure a way to bring the air conditioner right beside me. My God, it's just so hot. So hot. It's super humid today outside too. I went for a walk before this. It had to be 95% humidity. Anyways, that's good. 3:46. I don't care what Zwift says. Zwift is starting late, and I don't understand why they wouldn't put the finish line at the finish line. Like, why does it always go over? Like, even when I did the Three Sisters course, like as a Zada test, like, you would think the finish line is, let me think, at the finish line, but they put it like 200 yards past it. Just doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, despite the extreme heat, like, it's basically like working in a sauna right now. Like, there's a bubble around me of just hot air. So uncomfortable. But it was pretty good. Like, the strategy there was pretty, came up with it about 3K in when I realized I'm in a good rhythm, but like, I just don't have the endurance at the moment in one position that is, like, with the legs as shattered as they feel. So what I ended up doing there, you probably saw it more in the second half. Like I said, the game plan was go first 6K around 3:35, then next 6K 3:45, and then last 6K around 3:50 to 3:55, like threshold. And what I ended up doing there was, I think it was 3:37 or so, 3:38 through the first 6. And then instead of lapping my watch, because it feels intimidating sometimes when you just lap the watch and say, like, all right, 3:45 for another however many minutes. And that's the thing with this, doing it on the course, and that's why I did it. It's kind of like, it makes it difficult when you don't really know how far the end is. You're like, just based on the time, you're like, maybe it's 20, maybe it's 23, I don't know. But what I ended up doing instead of lapping the watch was I kept it from the first lap, and I just said, okay, I'm going to get out of the saddle and increase it by 1 watt, the average. So I'm going to increase it from 337 to 338. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the saddle and just try to maintain the new average, the 338. And then I'm going to go back out of the saddle. I'm going to raise it up by another watt to 339. And then I'm going to go back into seated and try to maintain it. And so I just increased it 1 watt at a time from the out of the saddle position, climbing standing position, and then just tried to maintain that power at a slightly higher cadence than I normally would do, like 80, 85 RPM, and ended up working out quite well, and just kept increasing it. It was 346 at the line, and then you can see there I eased right off because I thought we were done, because again, you'd think the finish line is at the finish line, but then put a little surge in and got it back to 346. So it was good. Anyways, despite the just really poor first race, or race there, the only race, let me just get the stats for you before I finish up the stream. Despite the really poor, I think, yeah, so I came 9th. 322 was the normalized power on it. And these stats will go up. Looks like I set a really good minute power in there. Brutal 15-second power. Higher than the last Innsbruck race, actually. Interesting. But we were slower. We were much slower this time. The last time I was 292 and 342 normalized. This time was 283 and 322. So it was 20 watts lower on the normalized power. So it wasn't a very interesting race. It's kind of odd. It was a very odd race. Highlighted by, I'm not going to keep whining, highlighted by my problems in the end. Bad legs, tire going all over the place. I'm going to just put a weight on it next time. I don't know how I actually will do that, but we'll figure it out. Anyways, thanks Richie, thanks for tuning in. So overall it ended up being, the whole thing was, it was supposed to be a training session today. I wasn't really I wasn't as interested in the race today. It just because I've already done that course a million times. And it was the same field as we've been doing. That's the thing with this race series. So far it's been all the same people. And while it's been a great series, it's been fun. Like we're doing the same, we're now at the point where we're doing the same race again with the same field. So it's kind of like, I don't know like what the difference is going to be. That race is always going to be the exact same. It's not going to break up on that little climb with the field as strong as it is. It's just not. And it didn't the last time. Right? And that's what we found out. It's too strong of a field. But anyways, it ended up being a good training day then. I just wish I wish I was able to get somewhat of a better sprint in me, but it was so hard with the tire. Or the wheel, sorry. The wheel was literally facing like sideways as I was trying to sprint, so I was like this. Just ridiculous. Anyways. Alright. So I'm going to cool down for, I don't know, 20 minutes. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Kind of a weird one. But nonetheless, a good training session. That was a good little threshold effort on the end of it. Building the threshold, which was nice. Power got better as we went. Would have liked to do it with stronger legs, but nonetheless, pretty decent. Anyways, thanks again for watching.